Black women, there's not enough black men to protect you because half of them want to dress like you, talk like you, act like you, live like you. The black woman left with the kids by herself while the black man out there living his best life by himself, messing around with all these different women and don't care about the kids that he got by that woman. So that mother has to work 2 jobs, provide everything, teach everything. Teach the boys how to be men by showing him love from a woman so he can see love in a woman when he get grown. Show her daughter how to be a woman because mama is a woman. And mama got morals and standards. Mama know how to pray. Mama know how to live. If mama teach all the good things to her daughter, it will stay with her daughter. And then when the kids get successful, here come that lazy daddy. He's suffering now. He reaping what he sowed. Now he want to crawl back and blame mama. He just don't know them kids seen mama do everything. So black women, be very careful who you date. Some of these men are looking to control your mental, control your spirit by any means necessary now. These black men do not want to protect you. Some of them don't. Some do. But the good ones are being manipulated by the bad ones because they've been hurt a few times by black women. So all they knew is to call out that one race. They don't know how to call out just the ones that hurt them. They take that hurt, never heal from it, and bring it to another woman, and that woman got to pay for what another woman did to him. Black women coming up missing all the time. Where the black men that advocate for black women that are missing. But every time something happens to a black man, the black woman is speaking up for the black man. So what is really going on? Why y'all black men want the black women to have y'all back when y'all falling? But when the black women fall, I don't see one black man speaking up or saying anything because they don't care because it ain't them. Y'all black women, wake up. Wake up. Stick together. To all the brothers that love black women, protect them. Motivate them. Lift them up. They need love. Love them. I don't care who hurt you in the past. Don't bring the past to the present. Because every day you're going to live back there and never go forward.
For the very first time, I feel defeated. For the very first time, I feel defeated. I'm defeated. I'm so defeated, you guys. I've never wanted to believe this propaganda that was being spread around that black men hate black women. I never wanted to believe that. But after what I've experienced, I believe it 110%. I really believe that black men hate us. These very same people God brought into this earth to protect black women are the same people that we need protection from. Yesterday, I saw myself in an episode of Fatal Attraction. And I'm the main character. Whoever put on my resume that I'm a strong soldier, I'm one of God's strongest soldiers, count your days. But today, I've accepted the truth. I'm going to be leaving social media for a moment. I got to regulate my emotions. Got to seek therapy. I got to heal. And I got to swallow this truth. I have to swallow this truth. For a very long time, I did my best to never paint every single black man with the same brush. But the way my brush is twerking and ready to paint all of these black men the same is crazy. But I'm leaving social media for a little bit. I'll be back and better, whatever the freak that means. But I'm honestly, I need to shut the world out. Because if I don't, I'm going to end up hating black men.
Black men has absolutely lost the love of black women. I literally just got out of the gym not too long ago. I'm feeling good, cooking with grease. I felt like I just got out of the woods. On my way out, I found one of the most beautiful black women I've ever saw in my entire fucking life. I'm over here staring, respectfully, of course. Tapping onto my gym, bro, like, bro, keep in mind, this is my gym, bro, all right? We do not hang out outside of the gym. I point with my eyes. I'm pointing to my eyes, just like, bro, look. This is when I lost all hope in black men. This nigga said, I mean, she's all right, like, I'm more attracted to light skins. This nigga said it loud as fuck for her to hear. She slightly looked over, sucked her teeth, like, and went about her bit. As she should, of course. She's actually taken by a white man. Some random 4 out of 10 mediocre white man. All of those genes went out the fucking window. I never felt more like Dr. Umar a day in my fucking life until now. This is when I had the realization black men are cooked. I'd never seen it happen right in front of me, but right then and there was the moment I realized that niggas really be having internalized colorism in their mind. This was also the day I decided to stop hanging out with bro. Now I have to find a replacement, because I'll be damned if I talk to that nigga ever again. But that's not even the worst part. While we were walking out, this nigga had the audacity to take out his Tinder profile and show me all the fucking snow bunnies that was like in his profiles. He was talking about something, bro, I'm gonna go out on a date on every single one of them. I knew what type of nigga he was. He was a snow bunny worshiper. He was like, bro, every one of these girls are straight 10s. 10s? All of them look like 3s, but one of them looked like a moldy jar of mayonnaise. The power of the ancestors, I wanted to smack the dog shit out of him. Now, admittedly, I was that kind of person, but I wasn't as bad as he was. I was able to save myself from the whiteness. That was about 4 years ago when I was lost in the sauce. Now I only date women of color and white girls. None. I am an advocate for biracial relationships. I think it's actually pretty fucking cool. But when you go worshiping and fetishizing a certain demographic of woman, it's so fucking weird. Black men has pushed away black women into looking for relationships elsewhere. And unfortunately, black women has been finding that love from white men that black men should have been giving them from the get-go. But at the same time, they're happy. I can't hate on that. I can't hate on love, bro.
More and more black men are beginning to say it out loud. We don't like black women. We don't like black women. Is it really true? What is happening? Or is it really something deeper? Why are they doing this? Where are the women that raised you guys? Do you suddenly turn your backs on the women who actually brought you to this world, raised you and formed you? What could this be? Let's watch those videos and I'll be back with the commentaries.
And when it comes to these black men who specifically say that they don't date any black women, like black women whatsoever, you have to look at the relationship with their mother or their grandmother or any of the women in their life. And that will tell you why that man is saying that. Because a lot of the times when black men be like, they don't want to date no black woman whatsoever, it don't matter, even though they have not encountered every single black woman, yet they stereotype and categorize all black women into this category. So now to them, all black women ain't shit, or they too this, or they too that, right? So how my mind works, I try to look at the relationship they have with their grandmother, their mother, and if they have a negative perspective of their mama, their grandmama, or the women in their life, the black women in their life, they will take that out on all the black women on this earth. It's not so much as black women are to this, to that. They really be having mommy issues. 9 times out of 10, it's something internal in them. They have these issues internally, right? Because how can you say all black women are this or that when you have not met all black women? All black women are not the same. All black women are not loud. All black women are not ghetto. All black women don't have a bad attitude. Just like women of other races, all of them are not submissive. All of them are not kind. All of them do not treat you better. There are liars, manipulators, abusers in every race. So if you as a black man is saying that you don't want nothing to do with the black woman, the woman that was made for you, the woman that you create, then that's something internally that you have within yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with us. And it'd be so funny to me how y'all perspectives be like all black women are this or that, but then you go date a white woman who comes from a race of people who enslaved your ancestors and oppress your people to this day. But all white women are not that way. But for some reason, all black women are a particular way. You see how that don't make sense? You need to go fix that. If that's you, you need to work on that within yourself. Don't blame us.
Black men has absolutely lost the love of black women. I literally just got out of the gym not too long ago. I'm feeling good, cooking with grease. I felt like I just got out of the wood. On my way out, I found one of the most beautiful black women I've ever saw in my entire fucking life. I'm over here staring, respectfully, of course. Tapping onto my gym bro like, bro, keep in mind, this is my gym bro, all right? We do not hang out outside of the gym. I point with my eyes. I'm pointing to my eyes just like, bro, look. This is when I lost all hope in black men. This nigga said, I mean, she's all right, like, I'm more attracted to light skins. This nigga said it loud as fuck for her to hear. She slightly looked over, sucked her teeth like, and went about her business. As she should, of course. She's actually taken by a white man. Some random 4 out of 10 mediocre white man. All of those genes went out the fucking window. I never felt more like Dr. Umar a day in my fucking life until now. This is when I had the realization black men are cooked. I'd never seen it happen right in front of me, but right then and there was the moment I realized that niggas really be having internalized colorism in their mind. This was also the day I decided to stop hanging out with bro. Now I have to find a replacement, because I'll be damned if I talk to that nigga ever again. But that's not even the worst part. While we were walking out, this nigga had the audacity to take out his Tinder profile and show me all the fucking snow bunnies that was like in his profiles. He was talking about something, bro, I'm gonna go out on a date on every single one of them. I knew what type of nigga he was. He was a snow bunny worshiper. He was like, bro, every one of these girls are straight 10s. 10s? All of them look like 3s, but one of them looked like a moldy jar of mayonnaise. The power of the ancestors, I wanted to smack the dog shit out of him. Now, admittedly, I was that kind of person, but I wasn't as bad as he was. I was able to save myself from the whiteness. That was about 4 years ago when I was lost in the sauce. Now I only date women of color and no white girls. None. I am an advocate for biracial relationships. I think it's actually pretty fucking cool. But when you go worshiping and fetishizing a certain demographic of woman, it's so fucking weird. Black men has pushed away black women into looking for relationships elsewhere. And unfortunately, black women has been finding that love from white men that black men should have been giving them from the get-go. But at the same time, they're happy. I can't hate on that. I can't hate on love, bro.
So I have to just say this really fast if I go into dinner, but I have to say this. I am in my 20s and I've been to about 17 countries. Probably will be hitting about 25 countries by 30 years old. Okay, I've been to at least 4 different continents. And what I can gather and tell you for a fact to be true, black women are the most desired women in the world. We are extremely desirable. We are desirable in real life. No matter where I go, I'm loved, I'm cherished, I'm spoiled somewhere. The only man that tells us that we're not desirable are black men. So please do not listen to that. We are really that girl and we're really desirable.
I feel you. You have every right to your opinion. I'm not here to invalidate your feelings. But as a black man, when I see comments like black men don't give a damn about us, I'm a black man and I love black women. And in my humble opinion, I've met a lot of amazing black men who are great fathers, who are great husbands, and so forth. I tend to see this debate with black men talking about black women being less than, and I see black women talking about black men ain't this. I tend to steer away from that conversation because it is not suitable for growth. If anything, it keeps us stagnant because I don't really think it is as large as we make it, but the internet, we do make it that large. One thing I've learned about life is that negativity is like poison to the nervous system. It shocks us. It puts us in this negative mind state that we can't get out of. And positivity is like the air that we breathe. It's easy and we expect it. So even if something is very small and minuscule, we will make it seem bigger than the good because we don't like negativity. We don't like anything that comes off harsh. So although you may have your reality and you have every right to feel the way you feel, I hope that if you're on this side of TikTok that you can see that I am advocating for good men, good black men. And I give myself towards the black women who are phenomenal, who are great mothers, who are great wives, because I do believe in good. And I really try my best not to harbor on negativity because you can't change the mind of someone who doesn't want to be good. So when you're on this side of TikTok, understand there's going to be goodness over here.
I'm learning how to entertain small talk. Literally been practicing on my fake laugh and listening to bullshit. Because the thing is about small talk is I know I'm not going to like you if I listen to it long enough. And this story proves that because why did one of my employees, coworkers, come up to me yesterday and say, tell me randomly that her boyfriend hates black women? What color am I? What color am I? Why would she tell me that? And I don't even know why. But I was like, probably same question you would ask. What color is he? She says, black. I said, oh, sister, you should not be trusting men that hate themselves and their mothers. And she's like, no, he's a mama's boy. Actually, he's just like every other black man in America. Most black men hate women. Black women. Please don't make me set this off right now. Please don't. And this is why I don't like small talk. Because what do you mean? I know I'm not going to like you at the end of the small talk.
I've lived in England for over 6 years, and let me tell you this, I've never seen a country that has black men that hate women like the black men in England, especially in London, because I didn't spend a lot of time in other parts of England, but in London, black men in London hate black women. Black men in London hate black women. And uzotuma ubheka, a lot of the kids, abantwana base London, ba mixed, and ba mixed nabafazi babelungu base London. You will find a lot of these black men, they are always behind these podgy white women, abangagezi, who don't even look like their type. Uzobona kugcwele abantwana bama-colored, curly looking hair, light-skinned babies that are from a black man and a white man and a white woman. But you also watch the way they behave around black women. The black men, the way they behave around black women is so alarming. Like they behave like they are disgusted around black women. They behave like black women don't exist. They behave like black women are an inconvenience. Black women, they have all sorts of behaviors around black women. And see how they behave around white women. They will be running around, running behind them, pulling chairs, opening doors, huffing and puffing, doing the most for these podgy white women. I've never seen something like this, guys. Even in America, I've observed black men in America. They don't behave the way black men in the UK behave. In London, actually. They don't behave the way they behave. I remember this one time I was in a bus. I don't remember where I was going, but I was in Northwest London. And there was this black man who was in the bus, black, dagger-looking man. Looking at me up and down, like, I've just done something wrong by being in that bus, and I'm a black woman. I'm not to say you change. I'm a problem. They are so colonized, most of them. But in London, the way they are so colonized, I've never seen it anywhere in the world. The way they hate themselves, because if they hate black women, they hate themselves. And it's one of the places where it is so prominent. Like, you can see it, you cannot unsee it. Everywhere you go in London, you can just see it, whether it's young men, whether it's older men, they are all over running behind white women. Running behind white women like Kibazi's Agazabo. It is the most disturbing thing to watch. It is the most disturbing thing to see. It is the most unsettling thing to see as a black woman. I just thought I would share.
Fully aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together, and then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us. But then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional in every single aspect.
And when y'all get on here and talk about how y'all not dating black men anymore, I shut up so hard. I super shut up. I was just watching this girl's video, and she says that she wants to list out the reasons why she won't be dating black men anymore. And she starts off with, they don't take care of their kids, they're not reliable, they're not supportive, they don't make good financial decisions. Then they want us to pay half the bills, sleep with them, take care of the kids, cook, clean, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, and the caption was, most black men, da-da-da-da-da. As a woman who quite literally has spent a considerable amount of time around men in my life, especially my formative years, because I worked in barbershops. At one point, I was the only girl working in a barbershop. I really got to understand and learn, and I'm also curious and inquisitive about the nature and the mind of men, because I actually like men. Not just romantically love men, but I actually like men. And just like we talk about how some men don't like women, some women don't like men. And I'm trying to figure out, like, I literally don't know any men who don't take care of their children. And I know a plethora of men. I don't know any that don't take care of their children. And she was like, taking care of your kids is not just paying child support. Just because you have a poor situation with maybe your children's father, or maybe, I don't know, you've heard a couple of baby mama, baby daddy stories, does not equate to all black men, or even most black men not taking care of their kids. In fact, research shows us that more black men are involved today than ever in their children's lives. Let's start there. Okay, you say they're not reliable and they're not supportive. I can call at least 10 to 20 men right now and say I need whatever, and I am not romantically involved with these men. And I could call them right now and say I'm in an emergency, or I need da-da-da-da-da, and they will be Johnny or Jamarcus on the spot. She said that they want us to pay half the bills, cook, clean, take care of kids, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you need to be an adult. Like, you're grown. You created certain bills, or you should have created certain bills by now just by being an adult. So yes, if you are in a partnership with someone, you should expect to contribute something. And vagina doesn't count. If you actually sit down and have real conversations with men, and you sit down and you have real conversations with women, you really see just how overlooked men can be. You really see how unseen they are in certain situations. And I take this seriously, one, because again, I like men, but two, I am a mother to a boy. And I'll be damned if one of these women, one of these little girls out here thinks that my son is just supposed to be their utility. No, and I'm teaching him at a very early age he has worth and he has value. He is also to respect women. He is also to not treat any woman how he would not want me to be treated. That's definitely instilled in him. But he is not just for your consumption. And neither are any of these men. I have brothers, I have platonic friends, like, and some of y'all women really just be bulldozing. And you think because you got something between your legs that they don't have, that you are the prize. You're not the prize just because you have a vagina. You're not a high value woman just because you have a vagina. And I'm tired of people thinking that. I have too many conversations with guys where I'm just like, you're not seen, you're not listened to, you're not heard, you're overlooked. But yet somebody wants you to keep, I don't know, waking up every day, putting hands to the plow, going out here and fighting the world, and they got to come home and fight too. So I don't know what this, maybe it's a trendy topic or whatever, but I pray to God every day that my soulmate is a black man. And if my soulmate is anything other than a black man, then I would probably die single. This is a stupid conversation that's being had, and I don't know if it's like I said, if it's trendy, if it's a thing to talk about to get views, likes, comments, and shares, but y'all got to learn how to stand on something. You think that other men of other races aren't going to dog you out? The same ones whose ancestors purchased your people like property, like cattle? You think that's not ingrained in them? Think that's not in their DNA? Please. And also, let's touch on the topic of the selfishness that some women possess. So, it's your birthday or it's a holiday and you want this man to go all out for you. You want this and this, the finest. You want to live in a lap of luxury. When it's his special days, his birthday, Father's Day, or some important event for him, you want to get his socks and a robe. And it's not about just the gifts. It's about the thoughtfulness behind the gift. You can give a man something small and he will be so appreciative. A good man, a mature man, he will be so appreciative because you put special thought into it. But a lot of y'all don't listen to him long enough to find out what he likes. A lot of y'all are so combative. And I'm not saying, y'all know me. Y'all know I'm going to use my voice and I'm going to speak up. I'm not talking about sitting there and just being docile and meek and mild and you don't have a voice. A real man doesn't even want that. But a lot of women, and again, I have a lot of conversation with women as well. A lot of women are selfish. Very, very selfish. And we have got to come together as black women and black men. We cannot be on this app in front of others talking about how we have such disdain for each other. We got to get to the root of the problem. And it's going to require some level of vulnerability. It's going to require, I say vulnerability. Y'all know what I mean. It's going to require that. It's going to require us to die to our egos on both sides. We're going to have to die to our egos and come together for this thing to work. But I'll be daggone if I get on here talking about I'm not dating black men anymore. Please. I'd rather fight every day. I'd rather go through the trenches with black men any day. Because you're going to go through stuff with any race of men. You're going to go through it with men or women because we're different, regardless. I'd rather be in this fight with a black man. An older, bald black man asks, why do black women specifically not speak when spoken to in the grocery store? And I'm just going to say, baby, we do not be one to talk to y'all unless you're fine shit. You're older, bald, and black. You're not fine shit. Okay, half the time women are looking at you and like, yeah, he probably got an ex-wife, a current wife, a couple of kids, and a whole bunch of problems. Okay, being an older, bald black man is not going to benefit you out here unless a woman can physically see your assets. And I do mean physically see your assets, because half the time being an older single man is just not a flex unless you have money. And if the woman cannot see your assets, she may not want to even engage in a conversation with you these days. Let's just be for real. Half the time y'all don't have nothing good in mind for us. You just want to hit, you waste our time, turn half of us into baby mamas, or use us up for our energy. You older, sir. Okay? Trying to pick women up in the grocery store is just not it. This is not 1980s no more. That's not going. Women will straight up ignore you. No longer are we caring about y'all feelings to where we like, oh, let me just let him down nicely or whatever. Don't talk to me. If you're not my type, don't talk to me. I'm going to ignore you. Straight up. And that's how a lot of women are coming these days. Because otherwise, it starts unprovoked conversations. You start asking us for numbers, all type of stuff. And we was just probably trying to be nice and let you down easy. So instead of trying to let men down easy, we just don't respond. Okay? And for you specifically, you're an older, bald black man. Sir, you might need to get on the dating apps and start posting your assets, your car, your house, or something to let women know you got motion. But trying to pick women up in the grocery stores, and you're probably trying to pick young women up, they not going unless you got some money. It's 2025, baby. I know you ain't out here trying to pick girls up in the grocery store. We barely even like y'all men. We sure don't want y'all talking to us in public unprovoked.
Hey man, black men are scared of independent women. They don't want no woman who got their own bag, her own car, her own house. Real talk, because they want to feel needed. These niggas know they not dependable. They ain't getting their own money. They don't be having their own things. But guess what they want? They want to feel needed. That's it. That's it. They want y'all to depend on. They want a woman to be broken and depend on them for what? So she can struggle? You feel me? Oh, she too strong. She got it. She too independent. She got it. Half the time she not even being strong. She just being an adult. Because that's what an adult does, fam. That's what an adult handles business. What is these women in America supposed to do? Sit here and wait for y'all niggas to come be they Prince Charming? Huh? Half you niggas not a prince because you ain't coming for money. Point blank period. And you're not charming. She's supposed to work. She's supposed to get her own car. She's supposed to have her own bag. And then these niggas want to ask what women bring to the table. You don't have a table. She got her everything. What do you bring? These dudes be coming in, trying to come in women's life to see what they can do, for the woman can do for him. He needs to come in saying, how can I serve? See, but black men, or a lot of men in general, just want to be served, but they don't want to be servants. Black men so focused on finding a wife, in their heart, they not even focused on, am I a husband? Start leading with, I'm a husband. I want to be a husband. That's it. Instead of just looking for a wife, nigga, look at yourself internally and ask yourself if you're a husband. So women, get your own bag. Don't depend on no man. You're not supposed to depend on a man. A man is not a need. A man is not a need. A need. Y'all stop saying that. What you need is water, air, and food. That's a need, fam. And when you're an infant, yeah, you need your mama and dad, yeah. But when you grow up, fam, you're independent. You don't need a woman. Stop wanting to feel needed. And then be coming up with these stupid statements. Well, if a woman needs something, or if a person needs something and wants something, they put more value on. Shut your behind up, fam. It's people all in life that needed a car and mess over a car. So y'all would be wanting to do dumb car analogies and stupid stuff like that, fam. No person should be needed. You need God. Yeah, Jesus is the only person that you need. Straight up. Yeshua. That's who you need. But stop telling these women that they need men. They don't need no goddamn man. Women don't need men. Y'all scared of women who got their own bag because you ain't got shit. That's what it is, fam. You ain't got nothing. And yet, somehow, women, this why I be keeping it real. They just mad at me. I'm going to keep it real. Men don't give a fuck about nothing else except what's in between your legs. That's it. That's all they care about. It's messed up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. I know. I'm sorry for cursing. But that's all they care about. They don't care. They don't care about if you will be a good wife or a mama. They don't care about that, because if they did, they would marry your ass. They'll marry your ass. All they care about is what's in between your goddamn legs. That's stupid. It's a demonic mindset. It's a perverted mindset. Point blank period. That's all they care about. They don't look at you as human. Just something to have intercourse with and leave behind and discard. And they scared of independent women. They'll gaslight you, saying, acting like they really looking for marriage. Niggas ain't looking for no goddamn marriage. They looking for a good woman to ruin. Point blank period. Fuck what they gotta say about me. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. Niggas be talking about I'm so in division. No, I'm calling us out. Change your mindset. Change your heart. Stop gaslighting women. Stop cussing out women on panels. Then you wouldn't hear from me. But I'm gonna call us out. As men to me, I'm gonna call us out. Because y'all know exactly what I'm saying is true. Get mad, nigga, get mad.
If you haven't already, go back and watch my last video where I talk about how men don't really like us anymore. And originally, when I was saying us, I'm really directing it towards black women. And I feel like black men do not have a strong desire anymore to be with black women. I don't know why. It may be a multiple of things. It may not just be one reason why. But there has definitely been a shift. And we see it now all over social media. If you look at your top athletes, top black celebrities, look at their wives, look at their children, look at all of Nick Cannon's baby mamas. Cam Newton's baby mamas. You know, like, I can keep going. Like, there's not a desire for black men to commit to black women. And there's not a desire for black men to make black women the mother of their children, even though they came from black women. They were raised by black women. They grow up, they become successful, and they don't pick us. And now we see it translating down into the middle class world, right? I'm not a celebrity. The people I date are not celebrities. We don't have that kind of money. But now it's being translated to a level where I could relate to, where your working class black man, white collar or blue collar, they're not choosing us anymore either. That's just a fact. Like, that's just a fact. And you could go back on my last post and you could read the comments. It is true. It is true. And it's actually heartbreaking as a black woman to hear men say those things and to see that, like, they just don't want us. That breaks my heart a little bit. It does. It does. And I don't know what it's going to look like moving forward for the quote unquote traditional black family, because we're not going to have them anymore. It's sad.
Do I live in Miami? Yes. Am I going to move out of Miami soon? Yes. Have I grown up in Miami? Yes. Is Miami racist? Yes. Let me break this down, okay? I have been in Miami since I was 4 years old. Since I've had memory, I'm 32. I have lived in Miami for the majority of my adult life, except when I went away to FSU for university. If you're coming to Miami, visiting Miami, moving to Miami, you need to understand a few things. If you're black and you're coming to Miami, this is not a city for black women. It's not. The dating market is shit. Most of the black men here do not want women that look like you. They want Hispanic, white, Kardashian-esque women. They don't come here for afros and your type of vibe. Okay, I'm just being real. Most of my friends that live in Miami date people from out of town that come here briefly and they're like, oh wow, and then they meet and then they end up being in some long distance situation, because unfortunately most of the men in Miami want Hispanic women, which is fine, to each his own. I'm just telling you, as a black woman, this is not your city. Speaking in general terms, the black men in Miami also, they're usually going to be American or Caribbean descent. There's a lot of both, but this isn't a city where you meet very affluent black men. It's not. You got, if you want a trap star, a rapper, maybe, there are some celebrities here and there are some athletes here and there, but not a city like in Maryland where there's tons of affluent black people. They're in pockets, but it's not a common thing. Therefore, the culture of Miami is very party. There's not a lot of poetry lounges. There's not a lot of culture. There's not a lot of fashion. It's more BBL fashion. It's more turning up, clubbing, stripping, Vegas, get lit. A lot of restaurants. Most people come here, they'll do boat parties. But how many times can you be on a boat, like, turning up? I've done it so much times, I'm just like, nah, it's cool. But it gets boring after a while. I'm just gonna be honest. Miami is not a city where you want to settle down, start a family. It's a city where maybe you want to visit a few times a year, have fun, do things, try stuff, enjoy the weather, even though it's really hot and humid. But it's not a place where I feel you're gonna want to really put your roots. The people here are not friendly like that. You may have people that you might meet through friends or environments, like if you work here and you see people continuously, but it's not a city where strangers are just going to talk to you and you're going to just make friends like that. No. I actually see ads all the time where people are looking for friends, because in Miami, it's not easy to make friends. A lot of people here also are very clout chasey, very much, oh, let's network. What do you do? Who are you? Like LA vibes, somewhat. It's not the warmest city in terms of people connecting. So again, come here if you want, but I'm just being real about what it is.
To the black men that still come on TikTok and talk about how masculine black women are, do you realize this also makes you look bad as a black man? Do you realize this makes you look terrible as a black man? Let me tell you why. When you come online as a man, right, as a black man, and you talk about how masculine, black women are, how unfeminine black women are, the natural question that comes after that is why? Why is this particular woman you're talking about so masculine? And typically, people are a reaction. They are a response to their environment. That's the truth. If a man grows up in a space where everything is done for him, he doesn't have to lift a finger, he has never had to work in his life, he has never had to look after himself, how do you think that man is going to turn out? He's not going to be a go-getter man. He's not going to be a man that's proactive. That's just how it is. A man that has been raised, coddled all his life. When he goes out into the real world, that man will most likely not be he won't be that ambitious. He won't be that driven, because he was raised in an environment where everything was catered for. Same applies to black women. If you consider a black woman to be masculine, to the men that do this, if you consider black women to be masculine, the question that people are going to ask you, and I'm going to ask you, is why do you think that woman is masculine? Oftentimes it's because that woman has had no choice but to carry responsibility by herself. That's the truth. So if you as a black man, you are comparing black women to white women, to Latino women, to Asian women, and whatever else, and fair, date who you want to date. I don't personally give a shit. But my point is, If you look at that woman who might be white, who might be Asian, who might be Hispanic, and you think she's feminine, the question you need to ask yourself is, why is that woman feminine? And I guarantee you, when you look into the life of that woman, you will see that she's had the men in her life do what they're supposed to do. Simple. But unfortunately, for most black women, especially in the West, a lot of black men have not been able to do what they are supposed to do. A lot of black men have not been able to do what they're supposed to do to enable the woman to rest in her femininity. Every woman has femininity. Every woman. There are black women who are very, very feminine because the black men in their life are doing what they're supposed to do. But my point is to the black men that come online and then make all these, 3-hour-long TikTok lives, 4-hour-long TikTok, so that's the whole day. It makes you look bad because ultimately what you're saying is that the men in that community are not performing. That is why. Because that same woman you're considering masculine, if she was brought up in a different environment where everything was catered for, I guarantee you're going to have a different outcome. It's logical. So stop coming online and talking down on black women, talking about, oh my God, they're masculine, they're masculine. The question is why? Why are they masculine? And then most likely you're not going to like the answer.
Welcome back. That's really pathetic. Watch those videos and I'm kind of shocked, right? It's so sad, right? I am also beginning to ponder about it. What could actually make a black man say, no, I don't want a black woman anymore, right? Is this self-hate? Or what could that be, right? It's somehow, for me, I feel black women are the mirror. So if they are not the problem, then you have to check the reflection of it on you. You have to check yourself. What is actually happening? Because I will tell you, black women are everything. They are beautiful, they're strong, they're independent, they're hardworking. What do you think the problem is? How would you live your own person? Now, I'm not saying it's not possible for people to actually want, another race, right? It's okay. But when it's becoming too much, right? When it's becoming for the wrong reasons, it calls for worry. And I'm like, no, I am a black woman and I am a good woman. I've seen so many good black women still being cheated on by their black men, especially Americans. They'll be like, oh, I want some Latino girls, I want some white girls. What is the problems? You cannot be faithful to this black woman, but you end up being faithful to a Latina. You cannot be faithful to this black woman, but you end up adoring and worshiping a white woman. It's insane. What is the issue? Is it the love for the curly hair and all of that? What do you think is? I want us to actually talk about it in the comments. Let me know if you have your experiences about all this. Let me see it also in the comment section. If you think this whole topic is not entirely true, I also want to see your view in the comments. But come on, we're beautiful. Look at me. I'm so cute. Black women are beautiful. They're strong. So I don't see reason why. But I want to hear from you in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share this video. I'll be back with a good one.